Okay. So,
Hi guys, welcome to Kontrak Corner. This is our first episode, and I know you haven't met us yet, so I'm Blake,
and I'm Matt. How's it going?
and we're the founders of Kontrak Social. So we decided to create this podcast effectively so that we can go through not only the benefits of our app, but also the sharing economy in general, and sort of what we can do to sort of help grow communities. So I guess the first big question is, what is Kontrak Social?
Okay, so basically, Kontrak Social sort of started from an idea that Blake had. Basically, someone he lent some money to someone, and being the polite fellow he is, he wasn't sort of too much on the front foot in asking for it back. And basically, after quite a long time, he got the courage to ask for the money back, and the person that lent the money from him basically said, well, you didn't set any terms. And that sort of set off a bit of a fire in Blake's belly, and
I had a problem and we decided to try and solve it. So
we did. Yeah, and basically one of the really bloody interesting things was so there's nothing really out there that solves this sort of problem, like just for day-to-day deals between regular people for silly things like lawnmowers or like money, obviously.
And I guess the worst thing in our sort of culture is the onus is always on the person lending the money to ask for it back. It's never on the people that borrow the money. It's not their responsibility to chase up getting it back to you. It's always you asking them, which sort of, especially with family, friends, etc., creates this really awkward sort of situation where you're sitting there going, well, is it worth ruining a relationship or a friendship over a sum of money?
Very much so. I mean, in my own family, I know sort of the relationships have broken down. I've lost friends over people not returning stuff, and basically being, as Blake said, like, it's just too bloody awkward. Or it felt weird, like asking for stuff, even though they've got your stuff.
Yeah, and it's yours. It belongs to you.
It is. So yeah. So Blake had this idea, then he came and saw me, and we just sort of started off on this adventure, really. It has been an adventure, and there will be episodes about sort of the trials and tribulations of doing a startup, especially a tech startup, when you're, we're in the middle of nowhere as far as the tech scene is concerned. We're on the south coast of New South Wales. We don't have too many resources, even though we've done other businesses and all that sort of stuff over the years, but it's been a bit of a journey, and we've been lucky to make some good friends and get some great help with some great people along the way. Give you some links to our developer and all that sort of stuff who's helped us out. But yeah, so
effectively what we created was a social contracting platform that allows you to set all the terms up front. So when someone comes and says, can I borrow some money? Can I borrow your car for the weekend? Hey, neighbor, can I borrow your lawnmower? I'm pretty sure my neighbor still has one of my lawnmowers, and I have to ask her to get it when I need to mow my lawn. But it allows you to set all those terms and conditions up front prior to doing the lending, instead of having to go down that track further on and have those awkward conversations. There's no more awkward conversations if you set the terms up front and everyone agrees to it. It's all consensual. And the app will even notify the person when the term is coming due that's owed. If there's a repayment that's due, the app will notify them. You don't have to have those awkward conversations or send a text going, where's my money?
Exactly. And one of the things we've built into it is sort of to help make sure that if it's Gary that's borrowed something, or you've lent something to Gary.
Hey, Gary.
I know. He does it all the time. But basically, in the app, so you sign up using your phone number. There's no emails needed, and the phone number is obviously tied to your name. So there's one point of verification that it is indeed Gary who you've lent it to. But the other thing is something that we've done that hasn't really been done before, as far as we know, is everything is signed by a selfie. So basically, if you are handing over a pair of shoes or whatever to Gary, and boom, you take the selfie. It's there, it's date stamped, you know exactly who's got it. And it's pretty tricky for someone to say, hey, that wasn't me. Because we've made it so that you can't actually upload a photo into that signature thing. You can only take it using the app itself. So they basically can't get around it.
So if everything goes really to crap down the track and you have to go and litigate or go see a solicitor or a small claims court, if there's just a signature on a piece of paper, people can say, that's not mine. I didn't do that. It's very hard to say, hey, that's not my face. That's not time and date stamped to my house where I was at that exact moment. It kind of gives you that little bit of security. And the other thing is, if someone doesn't take their photo and won't sign it with a selfie, is that the kind of person you really want to be dealing with? Because, well, I'm not doing that, because then, well, yes, there's an onus for you to give it back to me. Why would you continue and actually hand anything over if they're not willing to agree to the terms up front?
No, exactly. So in Kontrak Social, it's all about building trust. So you're not going to lend something to someone unless you trust them. Or if you're starting a new relationship or a friendship or something like that with someone, then it's really something that you can use as a tool just to go, yeah, like a friendship's working out. Like, this is all good.
But not only that, like, we've taken trust that little bit further, and we've created a social trust system. So it's like a social credit score, and the more people interact within the app and the more that people actually trade with each other, if they fulfill their terms, their ranking goes up. If they're out of their terms or they don't repay the money, their ranking goes down. And this is very easily shown with a visual representation with a color gradient that everyone's familiar with. Green is good, red is bad. But it means that, let's say a friend of a friend comes up to you at the pub and says, hey, Matt, can I borrow $50? I swear I'll pay you back.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, yeah, mate, more than happy to. You go into the app, click on their contact, and immediately you know, as soon as you put their mobile number in, whether they've got a good reputation of repaying money or they've got a bad reputation. Now, if it pops up red, circle around the image of their...
Oh, I'd love to help you out, but I just don't have $50 this time.
Correct. Whereas if you have someone popping up with a big green circle around them, yeah, no worries, mate. Like, you can know they're fulfilling their obligations. It's simple.
But very, very, very importantly with all of this is none of this information is public facing. So when you set up a contract with someone else and you take your photo, do all your things, there's no database that the public can see where you can actually sort of see any of this. So it's all private. Your information is your information.
It's only shared between the two parties that are dealing with it.
And we've made a bit of a commitment to not selling the data as well. So what you do is up to you. The only sort of real caveat to that is if, say, you do something stupid or illegal and you get reported by another user, in which case we're obviously legally bound to chase them up. But
not just legally, morally.
And yeah,
you do something illegal on our app, and I'm happy to lose a user because I'm going to report you to the police if we know it's something that should not be occurring.
No, exactly. I mean, look, if the app's designed just for general day-to-day things, so if you intend on doing something illegal, like, do it somewhere else, guys. If you're just lending someone a hammer or you're making a promise to take someone to the airport or something like that, then this is exactly what you need, and it's a great tool to help you keep track of everything.
You know, another thing we've built into the app is property access. So let's say that someone comes onto you, let's say you've got a farm and you're adjusting some cattle. Or let's say that you've got a house and you're house sitting with someone and they're looking after your dogs. You can set up a quick, simple contract with that person, terms up front. If someone has any licenses or insurances for a job they're doing, they're able to take it, upload it into the app, it's attached to the contract. And when those people sort of come, the property access category will allow for check-in and check-out. So let's say you've got a house cleaner. Perfect example. So you've got a house cleaner, you've employed them and you say, look, I want you to come and clean our house every fortnight. It's going to be $200 for a couple of hours work. And then what do you do at the moment? You just take them at their word. They turn up. They're supposed to be there at 10. You get home at 1. Oh, they're already gone. You paid the money. You don't know what's going on. Using our app, you can set the contract up saying, I'm paying you for 4 hours of work. I need you to use the app to check in and check out. You will get live notifications indicating that the person is there or the person has left. So it's nice and simple. If you want something done specifically in that week, you can go and amend the contract. upload the details of what you want cleaned in your house or what you want done for gardening, etc. And that person will get a notification and they will have to accept the amendment to the contract, and it will go that way. So it's a nice, good way of anyone that's doing any domestic duties at your house, you can keep track of them and know they're fulfilling their obligations. If they stay there for 4 hours and they're checking in and checking out after the 4 hours, it's time and location stamped. So if someone's there checking in your house at 10 a.m. and then they check out at 2 p.m, but they're at the next house already, you're going to know because the location data is going to show where they are.
The other sort of side of this, and it's a very important side, is the safety aspect. Especially when it comes around insurances and all that sort of stuff, because as soon as someone's on your property, if you don't know that they're there and they hurt themselves, or if they break something, or all sorts of different things can happen. Use your imagination. Like, it's just a way of just sort of really just clarifying what's happening. So if something bad does happen, then at least there's a bit of a trail there, so we can sort of remediate as best as possible.
And that's it. So as well, like if you say, look, I need you to check in and check out as part of the contract every time you're on my property, and they fail to do that, you've got a record saying that that was a requirement. And also, let's say that they're there for a few hours and then they come and claim that, they injured themselves on their property, but you already have proof that they checked out 2 hours earlier. Those sort of things are only going to benefit you as a household owner to have that security and everything, which currently doesn't exist.
Not really, no. I mean, not on a very easy to use like sort of system like this. I mean, there are professional systems and all that sort of stuff that are available.
They cost a fortune.
And for the average Joe, this is free. Like, we don't charge a cent for this app. We do have plans in the future to do rich features and all that sort of stuff, which we'll be bringing to you on Kontrak Corner as they're released. But at the moment, everything's free, everything's safe, and everything's private. So it's a pretty cool thing.
That's it. Like, what is better than having a quick contract to make sure you get your stuff back? Like, or to make sure that you're protected when someone's on your property. Like, the other thing as well is, like, you go shopping with a group of friends, and at the moment, you're a bit short on money, you find that dress or that game console or whatever it is you want, and you don't have enough cash out. You've got really at the moment one option, payday lending or the afterpay sort of solutions. Now, you can get yourself into a bit of a vicious debt cycle and go along that sort of track where you're paying it off and it feels like free money. Whereas if you ask a friend, you might feel awkward at first.
Can't have my taste.
But if you ask a friend for the money and you can actually say, look, I'll set up a contract with you, we'll keep track of it, I'll repay you every fortnight. You put in there a month term, you say 4 repayments, the app will calculate exactly how much you're paying each time and remind you of it.
Exactly, but also with this, I mean, circling back on the trust system that Blake spoke about before, you can actually, that's like an opt-in system too, by the way. So say if like your cousin or your kid or something like that is like needs to borrow $50 off you.
And you know they're never going to pay it back.
Yeah, exactly. But you still want to have a record that you actually lent in this or that they've asked you for it, for example. Then it won't actually change their rating at all. It's purely up to you whether or not a contract is rated or not. We ummed and ahed about this. We thought about making it mandatory, but we're not. It's basically we want the user to have control.
Yeah, and speaking of control, we also know that you've created a money lending app for family members, and the last thing you want is cousin Gary messaging you every 3 days for money. Can I borrow $50? Can I borrow another $50? We all have one of those people in our family. So what we've done is we've created a trusted contact that you have to turn on for them to be able to request a financial contract with you. So you can set up as many financial contracts as you want for free, no problems, but no one can request one from you unless you've chosen them as a trusted contact.
And with like those, especially monetary contracts, there are no payments through the app. We don't want payments to go through the app. It opens us up to a world of complexity, but frankly, we're just not ready for it at the moment. So like cash transfer, whatever, it's entirely up to you how you choose to make that transaction. We honestly don't care.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's up to you. We are just effectively the contract between the parties. We don't want to transfer the money. You guys do what you want. It's all about building trust, building community, and having those relationships with people. And this is a way to help keep those relationships. Stop the animosity, stop the anxiety about having to speak to someone. There's a lot of angst about
Yeah, guess who just figured out how long their new camera lasts before it overheats? Anyway, back to regular programming. Thank you.
So, go for it. Yeah, well, I think there's something you forgot, Matt.
Well, I probably forgot a lot of things, including how long people's attention spans are, because we can talk about this all day.
That's right. We know you guys have probably drifted off and started watching something on YouTube by now. That's not us cooking, Google, who knows. But anyway, so look, there's a lot we've got to talk about. There's a lot of things that our app can do and help people with. And the reason we created it is to help people. It's not a matter of, we're not asking for money for this. It's a free app. You can use it for free. There will be premium features in time, but for now, go ahead, create your contracts, do what you need to do, and we'll come back, we'll talk through scenarios, we'll talk through what's happening in the world, like how we can help, and
yeah, it's just how we can help each other. That's all this thing's about, is just people helping people. There's so much shit going on in the world at the moment that is causing relationships to break down, and we want to be a part of helping to build them back up again. So thank you very much for tuning into us today. We really appreciate it. Go to Kontrak.social for more, hit like, subscribe, all the things, and as I said before, there'll be links below to everything.
And if we can get 100,000 likes on this video, I'll make sure Matt's an address for the next one.
Okay, well, very good. Let's do it. Okay, deal.
We'll write a contract.
We'll set up a contract. Yeah, cool. Cheers, guys.
See ya.